Namaste. Welcome to Bull and Beer. How are you? I am sure you are good and you will become better, like always, after watching my video. Yes, today's video is special. Actually, when I say king of mutual funds, it's not me, it's you. You are king of mutual funds, and I am sure if you continue to watch my videos, you will become king of mutual funds in India. And that is the purpose. I want you to become very sharp. I want you to become king of mutual funds. I want you to help other investors so that we can help each other and we can all become rich, and we believe in happy investing. What I mean is, when we make any money, when we get profits, we invest some part of it in some good noble cause. But please also remember to follow, subscribe, like and comment today's video so that it can help other investors and we can spread the word. Let's talk about today's mutual fund. Actually, this is a very special and unique mutual fund, and this particular mutual fund is in the limelight. Actually, the whole category is in limelight because today we are talking about Invesco PSU fund. Actually, all the PSU funds are in limelight. The reason is simple, because the government of India, the Prime Minister of India, is emphasizing a lot on the growth of PSUs, and PSUs are the target companies where lots of investments are happening, lots of progress and growth is happening. And that is why actually all the PSU mutual funds are doing very good. But we are talking the best of the best. We are talking about the best mutual fund in PSU category, and we are talking about Invesco PSU. Let's look at this particular mutual fund a little bit in detail. Actually, it's not a new mutual fund. It has been in market from 2009 end, and you can see in the beginning it was not growing much. Actually, for the first almost 10 to 12 years it was more or less consistent. It was almost growing very slow, but the last 1 year is amazing for this mutual fund. And let's look at this picture very carefully, and if you see, what I have highlighted is also the date. In the last 1 year it is going crazy, and that, as I mentioned, is simply because the government of India, the Prime Minister of India, is focusing and emphasizing a lot on the growth of PSUs. And again, once the current government or whichever new government gets elected, probably and possibly the focus will remain on PSUs, and the growth of PSUs will take India to the next level. And it is also very important for the success of India overall. And this particular mutual fund will grow further. Now look at this particular picture and look at again from the beginning till today. And as I have shown, in the beginning it was very stagnant, it was not growing at all, but the last 1 year has been really crazy. It has really given very good returns, and if you see, it has given amazing returns overall. I mean, if you see 20% overall, it's not great, but as I said, let's look at more in detail, especially the last 1 year. Now look at this last 1 year. Again, as I always say, don't just believe me, don't listen to anyone, and that is why you will become king of mutual funds, because use your own mind. Lots of people will talk about mutual funds and they want you to look 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I don't believe in that. I think what is more important is look 1 year very carefully. Why? Because we have to go as per the current rules, current regulations, current trends, current phenomena. And as per the current trends, PSU mutual funds will grow further. And as I mentioned, it is not me who is saying that. The Prime Minister of India has clearly mentioned that once the election results would come, and if he comes back into power, there would be a lot of much more emphasis on public sector undertakings. But look at the last 1 year, because you know what has happened after the geopolitical tensions between US and China, after a lot of companies have gone bankrupt and get into trouble in China, a lot of money has flown into India, especially by Japanese and American investors. And what they are doing is they're investing into the Indian mutual funds, Indian stock market, and that is one of the trigger points as well. The second, as I mentioned, there is a huge growth potential into these PSUs. You know, that is why, you know, there is a lot of chances for them to grow further. And third, we will see some of the companies where this money is invested, and these companies have huge potential. But again, let's look at 1 year. Tremendous growth, 109.96%. Actually, this kind of mutual fund, there is none else in the PSU category. There is one more, which is SBI PSU. I'm going to do another video in which I will show the comparison. There is also Aditya Birla Sun Life PSU. So there are 3 or 4. Quant also has one PSU, and there are few others, but the top 3 are Invesco, SBI, and Aditya Birla Sun Life. But I personally will say Invesco PSU is the best in the category, and I will show you more why. But before that, look at the last 1 month. Wow, you are gonna love this. It's going really well. You know, it has almost given 15% increase in its net asset value, and you can see it's growing like a rocket, and it will grow further. But again, now let's look at the most important thing, that is the holding. Actually, like, you know, you will become king of mutual funds, but you have to understand some of the basics. You know, when we talk about mutual funds, mutual means collection of funds together. What is the difference? You know, in stock you invest in one company. Imagine this company doesn't do good, your, you know, money goes down. If this company does better, you make money. But in mutual fund, the fund is invested into collection of companies, and if even one goes down, if all others are performing well, then also the mutual fund doesn't go down. And that is one of the reasons mutual fund investments are more safe and better. Now look at the holdings. Actually, it is always very important that you look at the holdings where the money has been invested in that particular mutual fund. You know, which are the companies. In this, there are 23 companies. So usually, sometimes you will see the investment could be in 10, 20, 30, 100, 200 companies, 250 companies. But I think sometimes it's very difficult when there are 250 companies or so many companies to understand how this mutual fund will react. But if the companies are almost, you know, 10, 15, it is easier to guess, because you can see the performance, you can keep an eye on performance of these 10 to 15 companies, and you can imagine how this particular mutual fund will behave and how the growth will look like. In this case, there are 23 companies, but again, you know, the 2 biggest holdings are Bharat Electronics and Hindustan Aeronautics, and that is why this particular mutual fund is going crazy, because these 2 companies where the majority of holding is doing amazingly well. Now let me show you. I'm not just talking. Look at Bharat Electronics. Look at the stock price, man. It has gone almost 171.29% high in last 1 year, and within last 1 year also, look at the last 6 months. Ooh. So again, this is doing very well. So you can imagine it's gonna grow better, because defense companies are doing very well. You know, as I mentioned, they have started to export outside India, and they're getting many new orders, and these orders will grow in the future. To the stock price of these you know, defense companies will grow further. Look at Hindustan Aeronautics. This is whoppingly nice. Look at the last 6 months. It has grown almost 241%, and both these stocks have given this mutual fund a strong credibility and increase in its net asset value. And as I said, it will grow further, especially because defense is the sector which is going to grow further, and it has a lot of potential. Now I will do a comparison, because again, you don't have to believe me. Let's look at other mutual funds in this particular category, and see here in this picture I have shown you some of them, but this one is unbeatable. In last 1 year, it has given 110%, man. I'm not joking, this is serious. 110% is really good return, and now it's time for you to decide by yourself. Think and take your own decision. Again, mutual funds and any kind of investments carry some risk. Don't listen others, take your own decision. But I am sure you are the king of mutual funds, so you know what is the right decision for you. Let's look at bit more in detail. As I said, this particular category is doing very well, but in this category, this is at the top, even in terms of the ranking. I mean, there are different websites, they have their own mechanism to give ranking, but this has been ranked 1 as well, but for shorter durations, it's number 2. But I think this is number 1, and this is going to be even better going forward. Look at the expense ratio, it's little higher but not that big, 0.93. It's still I would say within the range, and you should not be worried too much. There is an exit load, if you sell within the 1 year. And what is the most important other thing is the fund manager. I think sometimes it's good to have more people so that they have a collective decision, but sometimes it's opposite as well. One person has a clear mind, has a clear focus. So in this case, Dhimant Kothari is the fund manager, and he is doing pretty well, good job, because the companies where the holding, where the money is invested, they are all good companies. If you can look at all the 23 companies, you will see they are all good companies. So your money is in safe companies and within the safe hands. So thank you for watching. I wish you all good luck, and remember, you are king of mutual funds. And please remember to subscribe my channel, follow my channel, like it, comment it. If you have better stocks in mind, if you have better mutual funds in mind, please write in the comment section so that we can know what was your experience. How do you feel about it? Your comments will help other investors to learn from each other. And please remember, finally, about happy investing, do something good, do something noble, so that good luck and prosperity comes to you even more. Thank you for watching today's video. Have a good day, take care, and bye. Namaste.